Watch this woman. She's filming herself,
I am so excited to finally show you what came in these boxes. This month's haul is incredible, and I've picked out some must-haves just for you.
and she looks directly at you and says,
I'm being so authentic right now.
behind her, barely visible, a content calendar with a post-it note. Spontaneous post scheduled for 3:47 p.m. She doesn't see the irony. Now travel back, March 31st, 1929, Fifth Avenue, New York. A group of women stand in elegant dresses, waiting for a signal, and then the signal comes. They pull out cigarettes, light them, cameras flash, and the next morning, newspapers call it a feminist protest. But it wasn't. Both moments, 95 years apart, designed by the same playbook. And the man who wrote that playbook believed democracy itself was the problem. His name was Edward Bernays, born Vienna, 1891, nephew of Sigmund Freud, twice over. His mother was Freud's sister. His father married Freud's wife's sister. And then the family moves to America when Edward is still an infant. He grows up watching crowds, studying them, and come time of World War I, the government needs soldiers, but the public resists. So they create something new, the Committee on Public Information, America's first propaganda ministry. Bernays is hired to make America want war. Posters, slogans, manufactured outrage, and it works. But when the war ends, Bernays has a realization that will change everything. He writes it down in his office, late at night, smoke curling toward the ceiling. The same techniques that sold war could sell anything. 1928. The American Tobacco Company has a problem that's costing them millions. Half the population won't buy their product. Women don't smoke in public. Scandalous, inappropriate, something only that prostitutes do. George Washington Hill, the company president, calls Bernays. Bernays doesn't want to sell cigarettes. He wants to sell something else. He picks up the phone and calls Dr. A. Brill, Freud's English translator, one of America's top psychoanalysts. Why don't women smoke? Brill's answer is immediate. Cigarettes are phallic symbols. Smoking represents male power. Bernays leans back in his chair, sees it. If cigarettes are male power, then women smoking is liberation. He doesn't need to fight the taboo. He needs to rebrand it. Come Easter Sunday 1929, he hires debutantes, tips off photographers, plants a story, feminists will protest. The women light up. Cameras flash, headlines scream, torches of freedom. Within weeks, female smoking rates surge. Bernays didn't buy an advertisement. He manufactured the news itself. The techniques get bigger. The stakes get darker. 1920s, he invents the traditional American breakfast. His doctor to recommend hearty breakfast, which just happens to me bacon and eggs. Bacon consumption increased by 400%. We still eat it every morning, a tradition that never existed. 1951. The United Fruit Company owns banana plantations in Guatemala. A new Democratic president wants land reform. United Fruit calls Bernays. His job, make Americans support a coup. He organizes fact-finding trips for journalists, provides independent sources, actually United Fruit employees write stories about communist threats. The New York Times publishes them, and Americans believe them. June 1954, a CIA-backed coup. The elected president flees. Military dictatorship is installed.
This is the first time in the history of the world that the communist government has been overthrown by the people. And for that, we congratulate you and the people of Guatemala for the support they have given.
And then, 36 years of civil war, 200,000 dead, mostly indigenous Mayans. 1999, the UN Truth Commission rules it a genocide. Late in life, Bernays says, if he had known the consequences, he wouldn't have done it. But the techniques worked exactly as designed. And then the internet happens. 2004, Facebook. 2010, Instagram. 2016, TikTok. 2020, YouTube podcast. Suddenly, everyone has publishing power. Everyone has influence. And something remarkable occurs. People start executing Bernays' playbook perfectly without ever hearing his name. Let's come to 2023. Stanley water bottles. The company is dying. It was founded in 1913, sold in hardware stores. Nobody cares. Then, 3 mommy bloggers, the Buy Guide, start posting. Limited colors, urgent scarcity.
This is one of my
TikTok
favorite dresses.
explodes. Millions of videos. The Black Friday stampede at Target. The news outlets cover the stampede. CNN, ABC, Fox, Today Show. Wait, go back. Who filmed it? Why were cameras ready? It was later revealed that the bloggers had equity stakes in Stanley. The organic viral moment was coordinated. The company's valuation went from 73 million to 750 million in 2 years. Everyone believed they discovered it themselves. That's when investigators realized the manipulation had become automated. Why does it work? Freud's theory, humans aren't rational. We are driven by unconscious desires, fear, status, belonging. And the modern neuroscience confirms it. When you see someone you trust recommend something, your brain processes it differently than an ad. The critical thinking centers don't activate because you're not being sold to. You're being helped by a friend, except that you're not. Studies show, experts say, even when hashtag ad is disclosed, the trust remains high. Media literacy training does not reduce susceptibility. The manipulation happens before conscious thought. Bernays understood this in 1928. He wrote explicitly, the conscious manipulation of the masses is an important element in democratic society. He believed democracy was dangerous. People are irrational, emotional. They need guidance by invisible hands. Today, 21.1 billion influencer market industry exists, 50 million creators. The algorithm optimizes automatically, testing what makes you stop, click, and buy. Nobody's in control. Not platforms, not creators, not even you. The machine runs itself now, and we are all inside it. Edward Bernays died in 1995 at the age of 103. By then, most people had never heard of him. His work had become invisible infrastructure. Today, the average person sees 4,000 to 10,000 ads daily, spends 2 hours 23 minutes on social media. But it's evolving. AI influencers, computer-generated people with millions of followers, not real. Deep fakes, politicians saying things they never said, personalized propaganda. AI analyzing your data, crafting messages specifically for you. What you see is different from what I see. We don't share the same reality anymore. Bernays broke reality into subjective experiences, soulless, each our own version. So what do? Delete social media? Stop buying things? You can't. The infrastructure is built and you need it. Maybe the answer isn't escape. Maybe it's just seeing it. Asking, who paid for this? Who wanted this to spread? Who created this desire? It won't make you immune, but it might make you difficult. And difficult is all we've got, because the machine is still running, still learning, and the question isn't whether you are being manipulated, but whether authentic choice even exists anymore.
If you want to see what congressional Democrats wish to do to America, just look at the result of yesterday's election in New York, where their party installed a communist as the mayor of the largest city in the nation. Remember, I've said we will never have a socialist elected to any post in our country. I used to say that, and I was right. We skipped socialist and we put in a communist instead.